a lecturer at the Department of Biochemistry, Thomas Adewumi University, is going to be speaking to us on very, very vital topic. Very vital topic that if you can key into that topic, if you can key into all the lessons you are going to learn, I want to assure you that those lessons will structure your life and they will be highly beneficial to your stay here. So he'll be speaking to us on time management, goal setting and time management. Goal setting and time management. Thank you very much.
Good morning, great TAU students. I'm happy to be here this morning. The next couple of minutes, I'm going to be talking about goal setting and time management as it was stated. However, I want to say that okay. So I want to say that I would like you to give me a few moments of your time. I don't only want your time, I want your attention. I don't only want your attention, I want your participation. Are you promising me you will give me? Are you promising me you will give me? Is it too costly to offer? Is it too costly to offer? It appears those that are here are participating. Those that are on this call. Are you going to give me your time and your attention? Yes, sir. All right, thank you. You will really be inspired. I can attest to that. I'm not only a lecturer, I'm an inspirational writer and speaker. So, I'm giving you this background because of what I will be telling you, what I will be discussing with you, so that you can grasp it with the whole of your heart. I'm a digital marketer, I'm a web developer, but I lecture about chemistry at TAU, Thomas Adewumi University. I want to talk to you with the whole of my heart. I want you to listen attentively. I brought this here as a guide to you. I wish somebody would come and read out the contents that you have here. This is a personal jotter that I used between 2009 and 2013 as an undergraduate student in the University of Ilorin. My first day in the university, I targeted having 5.0 in my first semester in the university. I was so dogged that I left no stone unturned. At the tail end of the semester examination, I fell ill, and that earned me 3.72 in the first semester. The second semester I picked up and I had 4.25. I progressed at that pace. I have a guide, and this is the guide. I brought this guide out, not just to come and tell you what you should do, but to tell you what I did as a student like you. I will open it and read out some content to you, and possibly allow you to also see what I did myself. I will not tell you do this if I have not done that. I will read out from my personal timetable to you, and I know you'll be really inspired. We just heard about a football match to hold tomorrow, something like that. It will be a waste of time if you go to the beach and you have no aim. Those are the categories of people best described as NFAs. What's the meaning of NFA? Yes. And I know those of us that are here, not only that your parents have an ambition, you also have great ambitions for yourself. And that's why from day one that you got admission to Thomas Adewumi University, the best university in the whole world, you have what we call a goal. If a goal is not set, if a goalpost is not set, if these all were to be flattened and were to have a match, A versus B, a goalpost will be made and a goal will be set. You must score, you must win, there must be knockout, there must be this, there must be that. I want to let you know that every day, if you don't have a plan for yourself, you become part of other people's plan. If you don't have a goal for yourself every day, you become part of other people's plan. I will start with that. I'll be telling you a lot of quotes and I want you to listen to those quotes very, very well. I have a lot of quotes, I have a lot of personal quotes, and some by other people. If this morning, you woke up in the morning and you have a friend, just like you came to TAU here and you have one or two friends, you don't have anything you want to do, your friend says, can you just see me off to the gate? I want to see someone there. Can you see me off to the faculty? I want to see someone there. And then off, you are gone. By the time you are moving on the road, somebody can say, hey you girl, fresher, where are you going to? I don't have anything I'm doing. Okay, can you help me buy something there? You go there. If you are aimless, goalless, thoughtless, faceless, you achieve nothing in life because you will fulfill other people's dreams. That person that said he should follow you to the faculty has a goal to be in the faculty, so you have fulfilled the person's goal. The person that sent you to the cafeteria to buy something has a goal, you have fulfilled the person's goal, but you goalless, aimless, thoughtless, and you have little or nothing to achieve. There are people who have been in the walls of the university for 4 years or 5 years, plus or minus, and they have graduated without any degree. Some of them, they even end up giving them certificate of attendance because they had no goal of themselves. So what do we call a goal? That's just a little brief introduction. So a goal is a target, a plan, or an ambition. You've been admitted to different programs. Some were admitted to nursing, some were admitted to computer science, etc. Your parents have a desire for you to become something in life, and that's why you applied, maybe you were talked to, or you even had a desire of yourself, something you wanted to do by yourself, and then you said, let me just key in for this. Maybe your parents are nurses, or you just had, somebody, one big person has this achievement, someone has this achievement, or I just love biology, chemistry, and then I'm just in the sciences, and the next thing I want to do is, if I'm not a nurse, if I'm not a doctor, I should be this. You'll be frustrated throughout life if that is not your passion. However, you are here. I'm holding a torchlight with me right now, and I want to give it to everybody. I'm talking of an invisible torchlight that will provide a guide for you, not only for your 4 or 5 year stay at TAU, but that will provide a guide for you throughout life. You must have a goal. Tell somebody you must have a goal. That's one. That's step 1. Step 2, you must have a goal for life. Step 3, you must have a goal for each day. If you don't have a goal for life, you are already finished. You will fumble. You will fuck up. You will fall. You will fumble. You must have a goal for each day. Otherwise, you will be a non-entity to yourself, to your family, to your society. There must be something you want to achieve each day. At the moment now, they believe that you are an adult. That's why your parents have left you here. Is there anybody here who still has pampers on? No! You have this thinking faculty. You can do something by yourself. Having a goal means that you can take some informed decisions by yourself. So that if I carry a lighter and I want to put firelight in your nose, you say, no, don't do that. You can take a decision of yourself. You cannot restrict a plan by someone else. You have a goal set all by yourself and for yourself. And I want to let you know that it is your decision to have a small goal. Everybody knows tomorrow. And I have another friend in another car, and that person is going to Abuja. And I'm going to Umara, and then I stop at the gate, I make a call. I stop at this, I make a call. I'm just driving slowly. Another person in Abuja is copying me. Will you get to Abuja? No, that's what we do in life. We try to imitate other people who don't have the same goal with us. We move at the same pace. At the end of the day, that person achieved his own goal. I get to Umara, but the person going to Abuja, I don't get there. But he or she is imitating me. If you are imitating other people, you don't have a goal for yourself. That person is best described as a fool. Someone who does not have a goal or an ambition. So today, you must have an ambition for life. Your goals in life cut across every facet of your life. While you are here at school, your goal, you should have a degree, you have a minimum of a 2-1, you have a goal of having a first class and all of that. There are some people in the school. I know a friend, we lived in the same apartment together. Let me tell you his mentality, and that is good. No, I told you I'm going to give you something. I want to change your mentality this morning. The mentality he had was what actually happened to him. Somebody said, the moment you settle for less than you deserve, you get less than you settle for. What did I say? The moment you settle for less than you deserve, you get less than you settle for. That candidate studied mathematics at the University of New York. And one day, he said, why am I even disturbing myself? If I have 2-2, at least it's draw. I did not win, I did not lose. You know, he got 2, I got 2. And do you know what he graduated with? 2-2. Second class lower. Because his mentality was, it doesn't really matter if I have a second class lower. That was his mentality. That was his goal. So if he's trying to ooze out energy, somebody is trying to push him, you will not be pushed. Somebody says, why are you sluggish? You will not be pushed. If you are goalless, you are like a vehicle that cannot kickstart by itself. Somebody will have to push you. Even when they push you, imagine we pushing a vehicle. If I ask you and say, please, I'm going to give you 5,000 naira. Can you help me push a car till we get to Ilorin? Will you take that offer? Will you take that offer? That's so unthinkable. How will you be pushing a car? That's the same thing. When people are trying to push you, your parents have pushed you thus far, and now they are leaving you. Maybe in your secondary school, they also pushed you, and now they are leaving you. Today, you must starting by yourself. Because I'm going to put an engine inside you that you will start kickstarting by yourself. You need to start kickstarting by yourself. The day you are born is one day. The day you get yourself reborn is the second day of your life. The day you were born is one day. The day you were reborn by yourself is the second day of your life. Because on the day you were born, somebody gave birth to you. But the day you were reborn is the day you gave birth to yourself. You realized this is where I'm meant to be. I don't know if you have ever read the story of the eagle before. An eagle will never settle for less. An eagle will never be found among the dogs who have big body but will never fly. They are both birds. They have wings. They have feathers. They have beaks. But the eagle recognizes that I am meant for the top and not to be feeding the waters. The most dangerous place to be is to be in the middle of the road. You know the middle of the road? Valley of indecision. That's valley of indecision. In any case, you are here at the highest time you can stay here is 4 or 5 years. Therefore, you need to know what we call time management. You must be able to manage your time because that is the only resources that is universal. Everyone, the madman, the sick man, the proud, the rich, the poor, everyone has how many hours? 24 hours. While you are busy waiting your own 24 hours, some people are saying this time is not enough for me. What will make you a skillful student is the ability to plan your time and achieve your goal within your time. That is why goal setting and time management are two wings that you must carry before you can fly to the pedestal of success. I've told you, it is not everybody that wants to achieve what you want to achieve. You may be bearing the same name, you may be from the same secondary school, whatever. When others are not ready to move, you should be ready to move. Because you are unique in your own self. The total genome you have within you is different from what every other person has. So you are special. Different from every other person. And that's what should be your goal. What makes me unique should bring you out of the pack like a golden egg to set you apart. And that's what you want to be. I want to ask you, would you like to be in the circle of where everybody is? I'm asking you a question. Would you like to be in the circle where every other person belongs? If your answer is no, then you must do something differently. Ask yourself, what am I planning to do differently? You are not the first undergraduate student. You will not be the last. Many students have studied the same degree you want to pursue now. Some are even retired. They graduated, they've been professor, and they retired. I'm not doing it again. You are just starting. What are you going to do differently? That is what you should ask yourself. What you will do differently. With the time you have. We all have very limited time to achieve whatever we want to achieve on campus. And let me let you know. If you decide not to leave the system will leave you one day. In the university, you cannot spend more than 8 semesters if you are doing a 4-year program plus extra 2. Yes. In public university, they will say if the person cannot graduate the year he's supposed to graduate, they will say the person speed. If the following year they say the person splash. But why would you not be able to graduate that? Under the limited time. If you have the right goal, I'm going to tell you how you're going to set your goals. That will be specific to you. That will match your skill. That will match your pace. That will match your talent. but it must be done within the time frame that you have. So why did you come to school? Let me ask you. I wanted to number all these things one after the other. Solve problems. If you are in school to solve problems, because you came to school, you want to come to school because you want to solve problems. Can you say I? Say I. If you came to school, the reason why you are in university is because you want to solve problems. Say I. Okay. If you are in the school because you want to meet your needs in the future, you want to have children, you want to send your children to school, say I. If you are in school because at the end of your graduation you want to be able to pay for your bills, say I. If you are in school because you want to be responsible to yourself and to your society, say I. If you are in school because you want to live large, you know the meaning of living large? Like, okay, give me the example of living large. Having houses in Banana Island, investment, thank you. What other means of living large? Using the best car. Using the best car, is it living large? Living in a duplex, a very fine apartment, is it living large? Living a peaceful life. Alright, if you are in school because you want to be prestigious, say I. If you are in school because you want to fulfill your destiny, say I. If you are in school because you want to meet your health needs, say I. If you are in school because you want to leave good posterity behind, say I. If I try to sample your opinions, I discover that leaving good prosperity behind, living large, meeting needs are the major reasons why everybody here wants to be in school. And to be responsible. They are all good. But let me submit to you that why you are in school is to solve people's problems. Yes. Do I argue it out? Do I show you the reason why? Alright, I'll tell you why. The 211 nursing students, I gathered them together in the laboratory one day, and then I gave them this analysis, and I want you to listen to this analysis very, very well. I know that more than 50% of you here are nurses, right? If you're a nursing student, raise up your hand. Alright, put down your hands. Everybody has a problem every day, and they have a problem they are trying to solve. If I have to move from here to get to Abuja, it means I have a problem. My problem is to be transported to Abuja, right? I will go to a transport company that has a vehicle that can solve my problem, and I will pay them. The driver is solving my problem. As a nurse, you want people forever in life, as long as life continues. People will be sick, people will need to give birth to children, people will need to take care of their aged ones, etc. So all along in life, what you are going to be doing as a nurse is solving people's problems. That's what you want to become. So that you can be solving people's problems. Isn't it? It is when you solve problems that you can then get all of this. I know where I'm going to. I'm driving at something. I'm trying to change the orientation. When you are in school, you are going to learn the theory, you're going to learn the practical, so that you can solve people's problems. If you were admitted to study software engineering or other courses that has to do with programming and writing codes, people will have problems. Some years ago, if you need to withdraw money from the bank, you will need to go physically to a banking hall. But after some years, some people came together and they developed applications that can allow you to do interbank transfers. So now people came together and said, okay, let's have some handheld devices that can register or that can read the code that is inscribed in a microchip known as an ATM card. And because of that, you can read your bank detail, you can withdraw money, therefore you have POS centers, right? Are they not solving problems? What you are going to be doing in the future is to be solving the problem of people. Now, it is now left to you. If you want to be solving a problem in the backyard, or the problem in the community, or the problem in the nation, or the problem in the world, before you think, I'm telling you my own, I want to solve global problems. What about you? Those guys there, which type of problem do you want to solve? It is when you solve global problems that you will be able to meet global needs, pay bills at any time, you earn in dollars and in pound sterling. You'll be able to be responsible, and all other things can be done. It starts from now. So if your goal is to solve global problems, you will not be on the same pedestal with people that just want to solve problems, miniature ones, or they don't even want to solve problem at all. Instead of solving problem, they want to create problem. They want to steal. They want to be a nuisance in the society and a lot of other things. I want to move to the next thing. Now you know why you are in school, right? Create goals around the reason why. Somebody said, if the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is what? Inevitable. Abuse is what? Abuse is inevitable. Look at me and let me talk to you. If you want to graduate out of TAU to solve global problems, to be relevant in the society, you must know the reason why you are in school. That will inform your passion. That will inform your response. You will not be the type that lectures have started 8 a.m. You are still snoring in the hostel. You will not be the type that would avoid or omit lectures. You will not be the type that will play when you need to read. You will not be the type that will stay 24 hours on your phone, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, WeChat, and you are moving, dancing around as if you are a digital marketer. You are on phone, you are not employed as a digital marketer, you are promoting other people, they made their own, you are helping them to achieve their goals. Your own goal, you left it, and time is ticking out. If you refuse after 4 years to leave TAU will flush you out. That is why you need to know why you came to school. So, a professor in California State University developed this application I want to use for you. I'm going to show you what we need to do. Number one, in the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you what you are currently doing with your time, how you can manage your time, and the strategies for you to efficiently manage your time. There are two types of goals. There are long-term goals and there are short-term goals. A long-term goal is a goal that requires long period of time. For example, you want to be a professor. It's a long-term goal. A short-term goal is what you want to achieve in a university. I don't know if you can see this very, very well. This is a list of the courses that I offered in second semester 100 level in school. And I put the goals I want to achieve there that semester. Now, when you have a goal, you also have what we call a guide. If you have a goal, you must write it down. You must set it. If I pick a wall clock in this place, I saw a wall clock. Okay, here's at the back. And I set it to, this is about a few minutes past 12. And I set it to 3 p.m. And I said, this time, start reading at 3 p.m. I check it, it will be late because the time is not actually 3 p.m. But I've set it like that. That is the goal I have set. You must have a guideline for your goal. I want us to do a little game. Look at me, everybody. Everybody should look at me. Can you all see this letter Y? Can you all see the letter Y? Is there anybody having difficulty to see the letter Y? Do you have difficulty to see the letter Y? You can all see it. Now look at it too. It's a game, and I want you to all participate. Now, I want you to look at that letter Y without blinking your eyes. The moment you blink your eyes, your eyes, just raise up your hand. It's not a sin. It's not an offense. Can we try? Can we start? So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and you will start. This letter Y. Are you ready? I'll be looking at your eyes. All your eyes must be here. Once you blink your eyes, just raise up your hand. Can we start? 1, 2, 3. Keep your hands up once you ready. Somebody is not even looking at us at all. Alright, clap for yourself, everybody. Clap for yourself, everybody. Some of you don't like yourself. I said you should clap for yourself. Somebody was told to give himself mark between 0 and 100. The person gave himself 20. That's what he just did. I said you should clap for yourself, not for me. Thank you. What we just did now is the power of focus. Somebody said power of focus. Look at this young guy here. Did you see that guy? The guy has a goal. The guy is looking at that goal. If you don't have focus, your eyes will be removed from your goal. To keep your goal, you must focus. What I did not do while you were looking at that letter Y, I did not talk. I did not try to make you laugh. I did not tap you. I did not do any other thing. I allowed you to be looking at that video. Life has natural distractors and disruptors. Distractors and disruptors that can easily take you off your goal or your eyes set on your goal. What are those distractions? Number one, yourself. Some people don't understand themselves. If they say, give me your SWOT analysis, some people don't know. What are your skills? They don't know. What are your weaknesses? They don't know. What are their opportunities? They don't know. What are their threats? They don't know. When I was a student, if I have exam tomorrow morning, tonight, I will not read overnight. That is the night I will sleep. Because if I should read overnight, while I had exam tomorrow morning, when I get into the exam room, it will be as if my head had become Gary. You not be swayed. Why some other people, it is when it is one day, for example, which is very bad. They will not carry all the books they have not opened. You go to night class. You see them chewing gum. And then when it's exam, you will go and sleep and meet them in the class again. 8 a.m. Yeah, they will come down and come and write the exam. Not everybody is like you. You are not wired the same way. But if you don't know yourself, you will just follow people to the road of failure. Focus. Another distractor is that other influencers, your friend, either friend online or friend physically, or other agents of distractions, your health. Some people, when they come to the campus, they will not eat good food though. They will not eat good food though. When they get to the car, they say, hey, mama, give me, what diet is? Give me rice. Give me rice, 500 naira. What of meat? No. Don't give me. Pure water, how much is pure water? 20 naira. Can you divide it into 2? Okay, then I will just take one water. I will take the remaining half in the night. In the evening, give me a bar. There's egusi soup that has vegetarian. No. Just put ordinary stew. Ordinary stew. The following day, give me spag. They will not feed on balanced diet. Some students have health challenges. They have their drugs. They will not use their drug. You will keep your eyes off your goal. You will not be able to achieve your goal. If every day you are falling sick, you will not achieve your goal. If you are easily carried away by distractions, some people can just be paying, they are just chatting with the same friend. Oh, I'm not trying for this one. They can talk for Africa, and they are not working in a radio station. 300 words per minute. Do you know what happened in faculty today? This and that. And people are being paid as reporters. You are just reporting, no money. Do you know this from this? The hostel of my day is the bed of this. You see, I got to her bed. You see, her bed is she's dirty. Even parents say, no, you are trying to do more than parents. If you talk too much, you talk nonsense. Tell somebody, if you talk too much, you do what? You talk nonsense. People that are airlights, they don't talk too much. Because the time you are using to talk, use it to think. Somebody said, the hardest task is thinking. And that's why you have only few people that do that. The hardest task is what? Thinking. You see your brain. I'm not only thinking, just thinking big. Thinking big. Like the neurosurgeon will say, think what? Big. And that's why I've said today, if the goal is a long-term goal, work towards it. If it is a short-term goal, work towards it. Very soon, you will be doing course registration, and you'll be offering between 10 to 12 courses. You've been taught about what we call GPA and some other things. You must have a goal set for each course, and then you are allowed time. You also been taught about the unit of the courses, isn't it? Already the school has set goal for you. If you are offering a 2-unit course, it means that it must be taught for 20 hours. If you are offering a 3-unit course, it means it must be taught for how many hours? 30 hours. Yes. That is the number of hours the lecturer will spend in the class with you. That hours will now be divided. Maybe every week, you have it for 2 hours or 3 hours, multiplied by 15 weeks. 15 times 2 is what? 30. That's the number of times it will be taught. If you are offering a 1 unit course, it will be taught for 10 hours. That's the time allocation. Now, when you have all of these courses, you then earn grades. If you have an A, that's 5 points. If you have a B, that's 4 points. If you have a C, that's what? 3 points. If you have a D, that's how many? 2 points. If you have an E, that's what? 1 point. If you have an F, that's 0 points. Statistics have shown that those that read what they are taught the same day before the following morning, they have 5 points. Somebody was also asked, a first class graduate was asked, how did you make first class? He said he ensures that everything is taught in a week. Before the following week, he must go over it. If you revise and read efficiently, then you will be an achiever of your goal, particularly when you set realistic goals. Let me give you the evidence of the research that was conducted. A group of scientists conducted a research, and they discovered that if you use more than one sense to learn, you will be a genius. I'll tell you one of the secrets. Look at me. How many senses do we have? How many senses do we have? 5 senses. And everyone has 5 senses. I'm speaking to you. You can hear me with your what? Your ear. If at the end of this class, I see you tomorrow and I ask you what I said, you cannot reproduce it. It means you only use one sense. Some people, they don't even use any sense. That's why what they know is nonsense. If I say, what did we say yesterday? I say, what you have is what? Nonsense. So if everything, when you go to your classrooms, all you do to the lecturer is that you just listen. You are only using one sense. If the lecturer speaks and you take your pen and you write it down, you are using your skin. You have used what? 2 senses. If when the lecturer finishes teaching you, you go back, you open the book, you say it out, you have used your mouth, your tongue, you have used how many senses? Which other sense is left? Smelling. And what? And sight. You can see the lecturer, you see the book again, and then you practice it. When you practice it, it's as if you are actually smelling it. You practice it. You pick up your pen, they've given you a quadratic equation, and you are solving it. Or you are given an equation, a redox reaction in chemistry, and you can solve it. Or you are given an assignment in any field, and you are able to do it. You are practicing it. You are using those senses. When you use your 5 senses to learn, you will be a better you. I thought you are going to appreciate what I'm doing. I wanted to answer this question. I wanted to write 10 to 15 activities that you have done in the last 24 hours. Because of our time, just write 5. Just write 5. I will look at those that are not participating because I'm ready. I will know those people that are not active. So don't lose focus from here. Now, when you are through, the second thing is that try to estimate how many times have you spent on each activity. Maybe you woke up this morning, you brushed your teeth, you pressed your phone, you came to the hall here, you attended these classes, you talked to your friends, you spoke with your mom. Just estimate what are the things. You can write up to 10, that will be fine. I want a volunteer that will tell me what he or she has written. If you want to tell me, just raise up your hand. If you want to tell me, just raise up your hand. I want somebody from this side. Yes. On this last row where we have boys only, can somebody tell me what you have written down? Yes. This last row where you have anyone? Okay, who volunteer? Can someone volunteer? Yes. Can you tell me what you do? Yeah, no, yeah, I mean you. Yes. Tell us what you've written down. Stand up smartly. Tell us what you've written down. What did you write down? Oh no, I don't want you to do. I want you to practice what you have just done. Thank you. Can I have a seat? Who has written something? I want to share with you. Yes, my friend. Yes. Stand up and tell us what you have written down. What did you write down? Okay. Let's give her a round of applause. Alright, so yes. You ate, you had a bath, you slept this morning. This morning, no, you last 24 hours, okay? Okay? You used your phone. Okay. Alright, thank you. Let's give her a round of applause. Now, this is where we are going. If I had more time, I'm teaching you how to do goal planning. You see, there are some people, if you look at your life, our life, hello, I told you we have 24 hours. 1/3 of our life should be spent sleeping when you are beyond age 5, below age 5. If after 5 years you are still spending 1/3 of your life, you may not make it in life. If you are spending 1/3 of your life in bed, you may not make it in life. This is not a curse. As a youth, I am pretty sure a good number of us here are more than 15 years old. If you are sleeping beyond 6 to 7 hours, you are living on a gunpowder. You will soon explode. I mean it. Don't sleep your life throughout. You are not born to sleep. That is when you are young. No. You cannot sleep 7 to 8 hours as a student and be productive. You can go and ask, hello. It's not a debate. It's not a debate. You can go and ask anybody. That as a student, undergraduate student, you are in the classroom between 8 o'clock and 6 p.m. You have every other thing you want to do. You want to have your study hours and you still want to sleep for 8 hours and be productive? No. So, one of your goals in this school, you must start reducing your sleeping hours. All those times you do, as if you are going to Abuja. You see, the day I fear those that used to snore. Apologies if you snore. Anyway. But you can see me as a biochemist, I will teach you how to stop snoring. When I was in the orientation camp at NYSC, that first, I think it was the first night, they had a lot of people from different places, the men. I just woke up in the midnight. In one corner, I was just you know when you are going on the highway and some vehicles are trying to overtake themselves, as long as what is really happening? In fact, the Bible said, love not sleep. If you want to be rich, you want to be successful, you should not oversleep. So if one of the things that take your time, you are spending 1/3 of your life. 1/3. Go and read what John Austin has said. Go and read John Manson's book, Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. And you are sleeping. You will be afraid to sleep. Let me tell you something. Some people will think that it is when you grow older, you will be able to sleep more. Before I got into campus, maybe I sleep 10 o'clock. As a student, I sleep around 12. When I started working, I sleep around 1 a.m. You say it will become better. Because you have more things to do. You want to be sleeping 8 hours. I said no. Somebody said, I said no. 8 hours. If you want to be a productive student, stop sleeping 8 hours. Start reducing it to 7. When it's examination time, how do you want to have length of hours to read? How do you want to have time to do your assignment? In this campus, we give you assignments. You're going to have projects to do. When do you want to do them? If you spend most of your time sleeping, 8 hours is 1/3 of your life. Don't spend it sleeping. Let's go to the next step. If your goal is to increase your CGPA, you will need to be organized to allocate sufficient time for your study, to visit your lecturers in the office. That's why we have a timetable in the school here. The timetable will state the time you have a class and what you should do. I have a timetable here apart from the school timetable. Personal timetable. Now, this personal timetable is for the office hours. I always tell students, you work with a 24-hour timetable. If you have ever met me, what I always tell you is that I have a 24-hour timetable. Look at this is as at 2019 that I have this plan. It shows this is Monday 8 to 10, GNS 112, COA. Let me give you another instance. Monday 8 to 10. What I put there is DN. DN means daily news. I was being in the library to go and read newspaper. 8 to 10, yes. There are many interesting things in this timetable. Now, Wednesday 6 to 9, STBK. STBK means stay back in school. There's nothing you can tell me to make me leave school that day. Stay back in school. I don't live on campus while I was in school. I live off campus. So that time, I will be in the library. There's nothing you can tell me that will make me change it. That is a goal. It's a timetable. I can put this is it here. Now, I will show you another thing. I have Thursday, 10 to 12, E-library. I also have sleeping time. I have every time. I told you, if you don't have a goal for yourself, you become what? Part of other people's plan and everything. So when you allot time, so what I want you to do after today, I can guide you. You can have a 24-hour time. I have some students, I have their timetable in my office. I've told them to draw a 24-hour timetable. And they know what they do at each time. The time you wake up to pray, the time you sleep, the time you... There are some times you may be flexible with the time. You don't have the time, you must drop your phone. This is the time I will use to chat. If you spend, once it's 30 minutes, maybe you are through with the chatting. Once it's 1 hour, maybe you are through with every other thing. You drop it. You are not in school because you want to have access to all those things. You must have a goal and time allotted to those things. Another thing again you need to do, there are priorities for everything. As a lecturer, if you get to my office, everything I want to do, in fact, I learned something 2 months ago when I started doing it. You discover that tomorrow now, if you don't have anything you want to do tomorrow, before you know it, something will just come to fix time for you. So what you do is that before a new day, plan the day ahead. What did I say? Plan the day ahead. Before that day, plan it ahead. That this is today, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to achieve. And then you put priority. These ones, I can do it. Priority means that you can put A, can be urgent, B, can be important, another one will be necessary. So if you have important, urgent, necessary, which one will you attend to? Urgent, followed by important, followed by necessary. So if you have that goal and plan, you prioritize it. You can accomplish your short-term goal and your long-term goal. It will increase your productivity and help you to be able to do many things. It will help you when you are managing your funds in the future. It will reduce your stress. It will make you to be a balanced person. It will make you to be an organized person while on campus. You'll be able to put more time and energy towards what you love doing and what you enjoy. You will be able to manage and love your education. Now, if success in the college is the high value for you in life, you will make more time for your studies, your classes, your projects, and your assignment. We all spend time on what we value. We spend more time on what we do what we value. For those that like to sleep and they were attacking me on sleeping, it means they value sleeping. If you value your reading, you spend more time. If you value chats, you spend more time on it. If you value gossiping, you spend more time on it. You value just doing aimless playing, you spend more time on it. There are some students that come to school. I don't know where someone can be so foolish. When your parent was paying your school fees, they were paying the school fees for just one person. But when they now come to school, because they have met somebody who they have never met before, they say, wow, like I like this young girl, like I just came to campus, but I just like this young girl. Whenever she speaks like this, all my nerves will just rise up. And I've made up my mind that I'm going to be spending my time for her on this campus. Everywhere she's going, I'll carry her bag. When I get to the campus, when I get to the cafeteria, I'll buy food for her. I'll spend my money on her. You have just become a foolish guy. And for the lady, you have just seen a parasite. Because you are just like, a place where, what do you call a place where you go to visit for fun? What do you call it? What do you call it? You are just a tourist center. And then you just call you, say, Taddy, how are you? I'm leaving the hostel now. Can I wait for you? You say, I'm available. And that person will say, like, I told you that since you came to this campus, I just love you. Say, oh, like seriously? Are you kidding me right now? I will say, oh my God. And then the guy, instead of spending his time on Chemistry 101, taught by Dr. Ajibola, we go and look and say, hey, that day has birthday tomorrow. You go and download on internet. You look all the love codes I can get. You can see the beginning of a foolish journey. And then you can say, hey, I got her number. Just saying, once it's 12 o'clock like that, not sleep. You that when you are reading Physics 101, you will be sleeping. But when you are thinking about studying, you will not sleep. Say, hey, before any other person will call her, just send the SMS. You will just look back, and she will see that say, thank you. Say, I've just called the point. You are wasting your time and energy. You can see the way people spend most of their time. Why some other people, what they spend most of their time is to be daydreaming. Like now, as I am like this. So just see one of these guys that will just be spending money on me. On this campus. When I was in secondary school, a lot of my secondary school friends, they used to spend their money on me. I'm just looking for somebody now. That's part of your goal. I'm just looking for somebody now that will just be spending all his money on me. On this campus. You have just begun a foolish journey. Those are not what your plan should be. Those are not what your goals should be. When the time for you to plan for that goal comes, you will have time for all those things. You do the right thing and the what? Don't put the cart before the what? Before the horse. I'll round up very soon. But I want to tell you that without time management, without attention management rather, time management is pointless. To manage your time, you must manage yourself. You must manage your energy. You must manage your behavior. You must manage your attitude. You must manage you. So, every day, this is how I want you to put your priority. Look at it. You set goal for those that are important, those that are not important. Those that are important, you put them, classify them. Urgent, not urgent. During examination period, I tell my parents, don't call me. If you want to call me, just spend a little time. How are you doing? I will tell you fine. But all those nonsense, today came back, she now traveled, when she was not coming, the police now stopped there, he now came down, he now enter bus. I don't have the space for extra talk. So put them in that category. I want you to read this book if you have time. 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, written by Stephen Covey. You can also plan to read. You can have a goal. Most of the readings I did as an undergraduate student are what is paying off for me now. Plan that you can read one book, an inspirational book per month. You'll be wiser than your age. Did you hear what I said? If you read an inspirational book, when you talk, people will see words of wisdom in your mouth. You'll be wiser than your age. So, you now classify the quadrant you are in, write out your activity into the appropriate quadrant. You use the time estimate that you have written to allocate it on what you need to do. Sleep may be in quadrant 4 for one person, and sleep may be in quadrant 1 for what? For another person. Let's go and look at quadrant 1. You can see that quadrant 1 is urgent. Quadrant 4 is what? Not urgent. For somebody that has apnea, sleep may be in quadrant 4. For someone that has an health challenge, it may be urgent for the person to sleep. But there was something that was doing wrong, but my cousin told me, and since that time, he helped me. I don't like to sleep when I'm going to night class to read over the night. But he just told me and said, why don't you sleep for maybe 1 hour or 2? So I started practicing it. So if I come back from school by 6 p.m., I'll quickly sleep between 6 and 8. By the time it's 8 a.m., I wake up and then I move. There was something else that I did that helped me. And some people, I know what I want to tell you will help you. Before that time, the maximum time I could read was 4 hours. Some people, I have heard people saying it, that whenever I read for 1 hour, I used to have a headache. You need more than deliverance. You need overhauling. As a student, you must develop yourself to read for long hours. So I just decided that for maybe I think for a period of a month, I was recording the number of hours. I was doing competition for myself. And I discovered that there was one day I read for 8 hours. Somebody will say, at a stretch, yes, maybe standing up for a few minutes and then come back to it again. The cell phones we have with us today is distracting many students from reading for long hours. Cultivate that habit of learning to read for long hours. Do you know people that sleep for a long time? I used to look at it. If you sleep 8 a.m. in the morning, and you now go and wake up 6 p.m. 6 morning. That's the same time you used to sleep at night, as it is the same time. You sleep by 8 at 8 o'clock, and you now wake up 6. You are a great sleeper. You deserve the award. The honorary degree, you qualify to be the chieftaincy title of the degrees of the Sleeper Association of Nigeria. Sam. So, look at your performance, your health, and your happiness. They are well grounded in the skillful management of your time and energy. I'll pause at this point because I know that you will have questions for me. But before that, I will show you 2 slides. You can get a calendar. I have one. If you get to my office, I have the one I use in the office. You can schedule your time there. You can use the syllabus. You can have the 24-hour timetable. You must have a study time every day, at least 2 hours. Now, if you don't have that strength, you can have a friend who knows how to read or read for long hours. Tell that friend to help you. In the school year, we always allow you to stay on the campus. You'll be told on the faculty, maybe it is 7 p.m. and then you go back. You can determine if your lecture finishes 4 o'clock and you go and rest. In fact, what I used to do for myself is that once I'm able to achieve that target, I will say, Toby, I will buy something for you. And I will buy something for myself. To reward myself. I still do it till date. Once I have a timeline and I achieve it, like over the weekend, I bought something for myself. I will not tell you. Because I achieved a timeline. There's another timeline for this week. Have a timeline for something you always achieve. When you do that, you can always enjoy. Say, if you achieve that timeline, if you read everything, get something for yourself. Say, today, you will not eat 500 naira food in the cafeteria. You are telling yourself, you use 1,000 naira. Somebody just and say, dollar. You are enjoying you. Hey. You also will not know that you just had a new achievement. You are rewarding yourself. Your parents can also decide to reward you. Nobody here should plan to have a 2-1. You should plan to have a first class. Because you have all it takes to have a first class. How many of us here want to have a first class? Some people don't like it. Some people don't just want it. I don't know why you don't like greatness. Lord will help you to achieve it in Jesus' name. Some people don't like achievement. If you want to know that person from that day, just stop. Like that, my friend, I told you that I have tutu. We are just community friends, but you cannot give me one advice like this that I will hear. Because what he wants to achieve in life is to have jojo, and me, I'm not for jojo. So calculate your time. What is the unit of time for something that is demanding, something that will take average of your time? Then you calculate it. Expected total of time that you can spend per week, you calculate it. You set aside time for other things you need to do, maybe washing your clothes, plaiting your hair, and other things. If you don't cook, it's very easy for you. Because as a student, if you cook, as a student when we were in school, and then you spend about 3 hours, I used to tell students, when you have exam, don't cook beans. Because how will you spend 2 hours cooking beans? I don't understand. That cooking beans 2 hours, you would have finished reading 1 chapter of a book. You can break large assignments into smaller groups. Then, sometimes I'll give some student assignments. I'll tell them to come and do presentation. When it is the morning of presentation, some student will come and meet me. Excuse me, sir. Actually, eventually, initially, I did not actually get the question correctly. And the assignment is already 1 week old. When you see that person and you are in the same group, you know that this person is attending anything. Accept. So, have scheduled time for errands, plan for some unplanned tasks, double your estimate, take time for yourself, don't forget yourself and your needs, sleep well, eat balanced diet, eat fruits, participate in exercise, do exercise, set priorities, be realistic, allow flexibility in your schedule time for fun, time you can gist with your friends. The final step is to act on the schedule you have written down. Thank you very much.
Question. raise hand for the speak. We appreciate it, sir. And my question is, you introduced yourself and you said you are a writer. So I was thinking, how can we have access to most of the books you've written?
Most of the
Books you read, because most of us we are readers and really love to get access.
You can always see me, or you can just type on Google to bring it out.
You don't have your number.
That's the name of it.
Your phone number.
Yes, Farohunbi Simon TOBI. Just type it on Google.
Okay,
Okay, my phone number. No, you don't need to have. You can just see me.
Yes, sir.
We are calling it a day tomorrow.